better already, yes? Hello, East Bay! I am so excited to be here. I just have to tell you, this is one of my favorite programs at East Bay, and when this committee approached me and said that I would get to stand on the stage with this handsome man, I couldn't say yes fast enough. So.
Oh my God, stop. Come on.
So we are gonna have an amazing time today, and as I get prepared to be here, let's just give another round of applause for the musical gift that we had. This is the 21st year of the Black History Celebration here at East Bay. And this year's celebration theme is uplifting the Black LGBTQ+ leaders in the movement for civil rights.
Now to introduce ourselves, my name is Nico. I've been going to East Bay since practically I was born. I mean, I was practically born here, let's be honest. And I'm a recipient of the Reverend E Scholarship, which is allowing me to, yeah, come on. I guess I'll give some information about that. If anybody wants to apply, it's a really amazing scholarship that we do through the church. I think you can receive up to $3,000 in scholarship money, and that can be really, really influential in, pursuing higher education. And it's definitely done a lot for my, pursuit of higher education at UC Santa Cruz. At UC Santa Cruz, I am studying critical race and ethnic studies and also cognitive science, so I'm super excited. Yeah, thank you.
And my name is Constance Slider-Pierre, and I have the pleasure and honor of serving as one of your board of directors here at East Bay. I serve alongside of Nico's handsome father, Noadiah.
And so this year's celebration is inspired by Bayard Rustin. So Bayard Rustin was a gay African-American civil rights advocate who planned the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. He also was really influential in introducing MLK to Gandhi's teachings. And around that time, he wasn't allowed to come out, but it was publicly known that he was a gay man. And then in 1980s, he was able to come out, but that was only 7 years before he made his transition to the next life. So today we're here to celebrate him, his legacy, and everything that he supported.
And with that, we have an inaugural acknowledgement, the Bayard Rustin Acknowledgement and Appreciation Award, which honors the contributions of those at East Bay who give to the African American liberation movement. We honor their bravery and their fearlessness to be authentic. And tonight our program, as always, is going to be exciting, it's going to be dynamic, it's going to be filled with a few surprises. So one thing you should know is that we are going to have music and dancing.
Which is, come on, while we're all here, let's be honest, you guys, come on.
And we're going to have some spoken word.
Okay, truth.
We're going to have reflections.
More truth.
And we have an incredible vendor village. Local artists from our community are here tonight to share their crafts, their art, their goodies with us. And so a little bit later, they'll be coming up to tell you a little bit more of what they brought for us all to indulge in. And then finally,
we have some food! Come on!
But first, I think I would like to introduce our beloved, my beloved, Senior Minister, Reverend Dereka Blackman.
We're all connected. Oh, good afternoon, East Bay. You look beautiful. My name is Reverend Derica Blackman, and I use she and they gender pronouns. I always like to let you know what pronouns I use because you can't tell what they are by looking at me. And I'm the senior minister here at the East Bay Church of Religious Science. So I just want to invite us to turn within. As we invoke the presence of God, that which is known by so many names. All throughout the globe, we know this presence. We feel it. It is the truth about who and whose we are and why we came. It is the truth that guided our ancestors, the ancestors of all people, because Black history is the history not just of the country, but of the world. And so I invoke that divine spirit, that consciousness. Beyond new thought, first there is ancient wisdom. I invoke the ancient wisdom. And I recognize it as it lives and breathes each and every one of us. And so I declare that tonight is a night of veneration, of celebration, of jubilation, where we reflect and make a joyful noise about the beauty of our culture, the beauty of our history. Yes, we recognize the difficulty of the journey, but it's the beauty. It's the love, it's the joy, it's the peace, it's the power, it's the creativity. We uplift it, we uphold it, we revere it. We come together from every creed and color to celebrate the beauty that Blackness is. So I declare that tonight is a blessing. It's a wonderful, joyous occasion for all of us. And I give thanks that we showed up here tonight. We could be anywhere on this beautiful day, but we took the time during this month and every month to remember who we are, where we come from, to celebrate this Black culture unapologetically as one people. I give thanks for the East Bay Church of Religious Science, which is a place where people from all walks of life come and celebrate culture, come and celebrate community. I give thanks for this teaching that recognizes God in all its forms. I give thanks for each and every one of us because we make it a community. For whenever, wherever you are watching this, we're still one. There's no time and space in God. So I do the most important thing that I can do. I let God handle all the details. Everything that needs to unfold tonight, every word that needs to be said, every song that needs to be sung, every poem that needs to be read, every dance that needs to be danced, every person who feels the Spirit moving in them and stands up and says, Ashe, amen, and so it is.
Thank you again, Reverend Derica, for that beautiful invocation. Next up, we have Greg Hodge, who will be leading us through our libation. He is a candidate for the Alameda County Board of Supervisors in District 5, and a lead, come on. And then also, he is a lead facilitator at the African American Circle Fund, and they've raised over $1.1 million for nonprofits that serve African American communities, so thank you.
They say if you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. By show of hands, how many of y'all know how to clap? And I don't really have to test this in this room, but sometimes they ask, by show of hands, how many of y'all know how to clap in the rhythm? So we're here, and I have the honor of doing this with Sister Nia, a libation. A libation is an offering, an affirmation, an acknowledgement of our ancestors. An acknowledgement of those people who came before us so that we might do three things. That we might remember, that we might reflect, and that we might renew. When we do a libation, it's not a roll call, although it might feel like that. This is an invocation of the spirit of our ancestors. The spirit of those people who came before us, that sometimes we feel it in the music, sometimes we feel it in the words, sometimes we feel it in the aroma from a sweet potato pie. Because sometimes you get triggered to remember your grandmama and them. I need a code switch. Your grandmother and others. Your grandmama and them, based on how the smell of that cornbread or that sweet potato pie or whatever it was that they were good at cooking. Sometimes you remember them based on their furniture. I have a house that is a 100-and-something-year-old house, and when my youngest child, Adia, first came into the house after I brought some furniture back from Arkansas where I grew up, she said, "Oh, this feels like Grandma Bobby." Because she had been in her grandmother's house. So a libation is a remembrance. And as we do this, I want you to think about ancestors that struggled through this society. Ancestors who made a way based on our history before this history. Because sometimes we start counting wrong. We're not counting from 1776. We're counting from 3000 BC, minimally. So today, as we use a little bit of water to pour this libation, we ask our ancestors to come and be with us, and we say, Ashe. A word that means let the thing that we're doing have transformative power to change things. We pour this libation for our Ohlone brothers and sisters whose land we are on, and we say, Ashe. We pour this libation for our Mexican-American and Chicano brothers and sisters, and we say, Ashe. We pour this libation for our European allies, and we say, Ashe. We pour this libation for our Asian Pacific Islander brothers and sisters, and we say, Ashe. We pour this libation so that we might remember Carter G. Woodson. In 1926, almost 100 years ago, Carter G. Woodson did something revolutionary. He started something called Negro History Week, because that's how we were calling ourselves back then. And we have gone through many name changes. We have been Negroes, Negroes, African Americans, Afro Americans, colored, and some other words that we don't even like to use no more. And we say Ashe. Carter Woodson was interesting. He was an educator, and one of the things that Carter Woodson did was that he got letters from school teachers and principals and church leaders around the country once Negro History Week had happened that first year. And the letters came back encouraging him because he said, our children feel so much more pride because they know a little bit more about their people. Woodson also had this idea of reflection, that we were part of the larger society, and the contributions we made were part of American society. We're part of world history. As Marvin X says, African history is world history, and world history is African history. And we say Ashe. We pour this libation so that we might renew ourselves. Renew the memories of our folks, because when you call somebody's name, you remember them. So we call on ancestors like Joe Brooks, a recent ancestor, and we say Ashe. We call on Ida Jackson, who was the first African-American teacher here in Oakland. We say Ashe. We call on Marcus Foster, Dr. Marcus Foster, who was the first African-American superintendent of schools here in Oakland, and we say Ashe. And for all those ancestors, that we might remember them and renew and reflect on their memory, we just say Ashe. As I pass the mic to Sister Nia, who is doing an excellent job. Ashe.
Thank you so much for that, Baba Greg, and the way that you consistently set the space and set the tone and invite our ancestors in such an intentional way. And in that spirit, I'd like to continue by naming specifically some Black queer people And while we'll just be taking a moment right now, we could actually probably fill this whole program with names of Black queer people who have made contributions to our collective liberation, who have made contributions to our light, to our happiness, to our freedom. And so I'll start with prolific writers who have captured our experiences and continue to make us feel understood beyond their lifetimes, and will do so for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and so on and so forth. James Baldwin, Audre Lorde, Alice Walker, Lorraine Hansberry, June Jordan, and many more. And we'll move on to the activists who have sacrificed and put their lives on the line for us to enjoy the freedoms and the liberations and the rights that we have now, who have done the impossible, the unthinkable, and the courageous. Bayard Rustin, Ashe. Marsha P. Johnson, Ernestine Eckstein, Barbara Jordan. We have our artists and performers who continue to push, break boundaries, imagine things that we have not seen, and make them ordinary for us to enjoy. Alvin Ailey, Gladys Bentley, Stormé de la Varrie, Willie Ninja. We also acknowledge that Black trans people and Black queer people are disproportionately targeted and impacted by violence. So I'd like to acknowledge Layleen Polanco and Tony McDade, who were unlawfully killed by the police. And in 2022, 54% of the trans and gender expansive people murdered were trans Black women. I will say some of their names, as well as other Black trans people and gender expansive people who were murdered in 2022. London Starr, Marquise M.J. Jackson, Destiny Howard, Diamond Jackson McDonald, Tiffany Banks, Maya Allen, Dee Dee Ricks, Candy Reed, Hayden Davis, Kitty Monroe, and one last pour for all the names that we do not know but whose spirits we feel and who we invite here today. And we say it 3 times. Ashe, 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 Ashe-o.
Thank you again so much for that beautiful libation. Next up, we have Vanessa and Bluma, who will be singing the Black National Anthem. They are 2 of New Day's members. Me and Vanessa go way back. She taught me how to sing. She's been teaching me how to sing for years, and she's really helped me with my confidence in presenting and singing. So thank you, Vanessa.
And Bluma and I had foundations class together here at East Bay when she captured my heart with the warmth of every word that came out of her mouth. And today we get to listen to these 2 lovely ladies in full bloom together. Take a listen.
Been walking with my face held to the sun, weight on my shoulder. I can't stop until the work is done. I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I had to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people.
While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up.
Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you see freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Say it with me. Umeya. 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 Bless you. Blessings. Thank you.
Can everybody please stand? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Second verse. Show me the road we trust, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet the place where our fathers died. We have won over famous on earth. We have come treading our faith through the blood that was watered out of our gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the bright gleam of our bright star is cast. Blessings to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Let's give them another round of applause. And I would just like to acknowledge our former mayor in the house today. Hello there.
Right, please stand
Please
up
stand
so
up.
everyone can see you. Thank you so much. Okay. So now I think we're going to be moving back on. I think Baluma is going to be blessing us with some of her creative expression, right? So we'd like to invite Baluma to the stage. Thank you. Got you. Okay.
Oh, so it's-
Okay, then moving on, we have our first keynote speaker. We have Nia Leilani. And just a little background on Nia. She is a social justice advocate and educator. She is deeply invested in expanding the perception and reality of who Black justice and empowerment includes. So I'm really excited to hear what they have to say. Thank you.
Every time. That's like kind of how I set my space in a way. I'm like, okay, I'm here. Good. It's that weird time between afternoon and evening. So good in between, everyone. My name is Nia Leilani. I use she, her pronouns. Some of you have known me for quite some time. Also, probably around since I was born, and some of you, this may be your first time meeting me. But welcome, and thank you also for having me here. I am many things. As was mentioned, I am an artist. I am an advocate. Yeah, I was gonna say activist, but advocate. Yes, activist, advocate, educator. I wear many, many different hats. But I'm really excited to introduce myself to you all a bit more on my own terms and tell a little story. So I'm gonna start this with a story my mother actually has not heard about my first queer date, which she definitely is gonna be surprised that I'm talking about here. So I, very last minute, received tickets to a Raheem Devon concert. Does anyone know who Raheem Devon is? Yes, okay. So for those of you who don't know who he is an R&B singer, and he was more popular in like the early 2000s, and maybe amongst the more adult crowd. So I wouldn't call him old school, but my kids will. And so I was getting to know someone very, very early stages. I really didn't know her much, and so this would have been our first date. So I invited her to come. I was like, I have tickets in 2 days. Do you want to come? She was like, yeah, I want to come. So we went. We entered the room, and the crowd is maybe average 40-something, 40s, 50s, and everyone looks like they're having a great time. And she is a rather affectionate, rather visibly affectionate person. And I find myself getting a bit uncomfortable because I'm looking around the room a lot, I'm a little bit on edge. And what I realize is that it's the first time I ever questioned my safety in a room full of older Black people. I've never had that experience before. Like, if I were to imagine what a safe space in a room looks like, it absolutely is a room full of older Black people. And so since that had been a long guaranteed safe space for me, to have to question that hurt really deeply. And I found that to be one of my entry points into Black queerhood. Homophobia in the Black community is absolutely no secret and has been an issue for a very long time. And to live in this intersection of Blackness and queerness, you can experience homophobia in the Black community, and some racism within the white queer community. And well, I've been Black as long as I can remember. So I grown quite accustomed to what that racism could look like: overt, covert, well-meaning, violent. And I've learned how to navigate that. But this was the first turning point for me in realizing there was another layer to what I'd have to navigate within my own identity. It felt like I was coming into contact with the possibility of rejection of who I am from the people who I love the most. And that was a deeply sad feeling for me to hold. And it made me also think of all the Black queer people who have come before me and who had to grieve the loss of their safe spaces by coming out, by deciding to be visibly queer and visibly out and being who they are. One of those being our churches. Not our church, but our Black churches, which brings me to Kim Burrell. Does anyone know who Kim Burrell is? Yes, I heard some yes, and I heard some yes. Kim Burrell is a famous gospel singer and a pastor in Houston, Texas. A few years ago, a clip of her went viral on the internet, where she addressed her congregation and she said, "I don't know nothing about no LGBTQ For all I know, that means let God be true quickly. Yeah, I was like, okay. She clearly was trying to get her one-liner out, and, it got filmed, it was on the internet. She did what she was trying to do as a pastor, And I found it really interesting because she said it as if it were a contradiction, as if to be LGBTQ must mean you can't know God. And I thought, well, is it not both queer and holy to know divine love that transcends gender? Is that not the same thing? Is that not what queerness is? Is to love someone beyond gender. I mean, queerness is a spectrum. I use queerness as an umbrella term because it encompasses all different types of love, all different types of attraction outside of the heteronormativity that we experience. Is that not also how we think about our relationship with God too? It transcends the human form, but we center ourselves in the love. Queerness, similarly, is not just about who we love, but it's about how we love. Not just our chosen partners, but in how we choose to love ourselves, how we choose to honor ourselves, honor our bodies, honor our happiness, honor our freedom, honor our liberation, how we choose to see ourselves, and how we get to advocate and embody how we want to be seen. And is that not also why we go to church? To be in a space that reminds us that we're worthy of love? In all ways, always, to know that we can tap into that infinite and abundant source because it is also within each and every one of us. And I know that's what we believe here, right? Okay. And one of the central tenets of philosophy here at East Bay is knowing love to be at the center of it all. And when I think about how proud I am to be Black, I immediately think of how proud I am to be loved. How proud I am to be envisioned, to be imagined by people who came before me, who have no idea who I am today, who made these visions, made these plans, made these investments, set these intentions, set these prayers, said ashe, amen, and so it is, and let it be. And here I be. So this, to me, is the work and the responsibility and the obligation that we have to one another. To love, to envision, to imagine, to world build, to listen, to learn, to struggle, to expand, to pray. And as my mom loves to say, love is a verb. Yes, love is who we are, but in order for it to be transformative, it has to also be what we do and how we do it. To be anti-racist in a racist society is work, is an action. To be queer affirming in a homophobic society is work. It requires action, and it requires love, not as a state of being, not as a state of just recognition, but as a state of doing. Because there's a lot of love that our Black queer folks need. Earlier, I spoke about my entry into Black queer identity being marked by my questioning of safety. And the reality is that many Black queer people lack the safety and security they need and deserve. I will say I don't often use my social media, but when I'm on there, almost every time I'm there, I see a call for mutual aid by someone who is Black and queer who may be struggling with houselessness, who may be struggling with financial security, who may be struggling with getting adequate health care. It is so, so common. And unfortunately, it's become pretty normative for me to go online and see someone my age, someone much younger than me, someone who is a teenager who is saying, hey, I have no place to go, I have no place to live. And I have been blessed to be able to see community come together consistently to support each other. But love means that we all do that. If we all want to recognize God, we all want to recognize ourselves in our fullness, we all have to show up for each other. So I want to end by emphasizing to be anti-racist in your love, to be queer affirming in your love, and that most marginalized people don't walk into a room automatically feeling safe. So no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter how well-meaning you feel inside, if you are not showing and expressing that love and expressing that safety, we don't know that. We don't always receive it. You have to prove it. You have to show it. And love may not always look like hugs and gentle sayings and soft touches. Love also looks like a revolution. Love isn't always very sweet. Love isn't always soft and even easy to receive. But love is doing what is necessary to prioritize each and every one of us when we truly see the God in each of us. And so there are many, many queer Black people who have exemplified this work. Some of the people that we named in the libation, people who are still with us today, Angela Davis, Alicia Garza, even people who are continuing to push those boundaries, Laverne Cox, Janelle Monáe, and the list goes on and on and on. So they do this not in the name of just queerness or just Blackness or even spirituality, but in the name of love and in the name of liberation. And so that is where our work continues. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Nia, we wanted you to stand and get all your claps right here, because that was such a brave moment. Please stand up, turn around, and thank you for that love. Thank you for that education. Thank you for that call to action. I'm someone who thinks I'm woke, and I just got schooled, and I appreciate it. Keep schooling me, keep schooling us, and I'm just so grateful to be here at East Bay, because I've never been to a church before East Bay that has that kind of platform each and every week. And as we know, the apple just doesn't fall far from the tree. Reverend Derica Blackman's daughter, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody did not know. Thank you, Nia. And the blessings just keep on coming, so I'm not gonna delay. I'm introducing Fabiana Crenshaw. She is an creative artist with a heart of gold. She serves in leadership here at East Bay with our youth and family ministry, as well as on this Black History Month celebration committee. You'll find her in any number of places, but today she is with the East Bay Church of Religious Science Youth and Family Choir with a tribute to the Children's March and Crusade, also known as D-Day, that happened on March 2nd, 1963, where 1,000 students skipped class and marched in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Their campaign was to desegregate the school policies there. So you can say anything about Fabiana, but let's just look and see what she and the others do with our babies. Please come forward. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Bright light. Let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Oh, my.
Today we tribute to the brave young youths that stood up for the Children's March in Birmingham, Alabama in 1963.
Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the cosmos. We love, you participate of the being of God. A thousand youths flooded the street of Birmingham, Alabama. Some of the youth walked over 18 miles to get to the march.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for that beautiful tribute to the Children's Day.
I know I can. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I wanna be. I know I can. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I want to be. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard today, I'll be where I want to be.
I know I can.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I want to be. If I work hard today, I'll be where I want to be. Thank you. Thank you again to the Youth and Family Ministry so much for that beautiful tribute. Next up, we have the amazing Reverend Michelle, who is going to be performing Still I Rise by Maya Angelou.
So, good evening. Did you hear the little baby say, "This little light of mine"? I had her father in foundation class. We prayed about that. And that's what we're here to celebrate. All that is and all that has been, all that is and all that will be. So I'm standing on the shoulders of Maya Angelou again for this community. And I've invited some folks from the community to support. And you're gonna sing too. So the sopranos sing, can I have an E, Richard? That's an E. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's the high part. Somebody pick that. And then the altos have ooh. Oh, you gotta take a breath. Ooh. And then tenors have ooh. No, they have ooh. Ooh. And the basses have the best part. Ooh. 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 Y'all got it now? Just a little mini rehearsal. 1, 2. My Maya wrote this poem called I'll Ride. And you say, ooh, ooh. And you sing along, right? You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt, but still like the dust I'll rise. Does my happiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Does I laugh like I got an oil well pumping in my living room? You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, and I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise out of the past of a history shame, from a path rooted in pain. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise. Now did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like raindrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my confidence upset you? Don't you take it awfully hard, 'cause I walk like I got a diamond mine breaking up in my front yard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your eyes, and I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise out of the path of a history shame, from a path rooted in pain. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise, rise, rise. Play, Mr. Riley. I'll rise, oh, we gotta sing it for ourselves, 'cause love is our foundation, and the truth is what we are. Yeah, yeah, from the past of a history shame, from a path rooted in pain. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise, rise, rise. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise, rise, rise.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. What a treat, what a pleasure. I'll rise. And now we're going to hear from our second guest speaker, Ms. Peggy Moore. Ms. Moore is a longtime East Bay member, with 30 years of deep work in organizational leadership and civic engagement. They have ran for office in Oakland for city council and has been a champion for affordable housing and transit-oriented development, restorative justice, meditation, and mitigation conflict outside of the criminal justice system. What does that mean? Can we do something other than lock up bodies? Can we talk? Can we walk? Can we heal? That's what we believe here at East Bay. Her race was endorsed by President Obama, but she has gotten endorsements all over East Bay in this community and right here at East Bay for lots of years. So please welcome Peggy Moore to the stage.
Woo! God is good all the time. And say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Yes, indeed. You know, I'm just giving this to God right here, right now, because, you know, I'm nervous as all get out. Believe that or not. You know, I thought about when I had the opportunity, when you invited me to come and speak today, I thought to myself, wow, I had a flood of emotions. Being a little girl from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, oldest of 4, raised in a Pentecostal holiness church. Being a youth minister. My mama was a choir director, okay? So I remember we would go to church after church, revival after revival. I remember being a youth minister and speaking on behalf of the youth and going out around and being filled and saved with the Holy Ghost. Just anointed. And then I remember this moment in my life where I was like, wait a minute here. Wait, what's your name? I'm just saying. Like, this is a long time ago. I'm just saying. And I found myself really acknowledging the fact that I was loving or attracted to women. And how do I do that? How do I be that in my Pentecostal holiness church? How do I do that? How do I not shame my mother? How do I not shame my family? And how do I still maintain this connection to God? How do I do this? Who am I? And so I remember, you know, being in junior college and traveling around to different colleges and speaking the word and being all excited. I remember I was going to have an opportunity to be a part of a missionary, in the summer missionary program. And the person said to me, well, are you Bible Baptist? And I was like, well, no, I'm not Bible Baptist. Well, you can't do missionary unless you get baptized Bible Baptist. And I was like, well, hold up, wait a minute. Does that mean, I was confused. I was like, is it more than, what God, I'm confused here. And I remember that moment where where there was a decision where, was it the religion or was it the relationship that I had with God that was really what it was about for me? And so I remember tapping into that relationship. But I had no place to go. I didn't have a church. I didn't have a home. I didn't have a choir. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody in this room resonates with me at all. Okay? And when you're moving from, you know, out of your church, you're leaving your family. You're leaving everything that you know. You're leaving the sweet potato pie. You know what I'm saying? I guess the pie is back now, let me tell you. But all those things that made me who I am and how I loved and what I grew up on, that foundation, I had no place. And so I left Oklahoma, moved to Texas, then I ended up in California. And I was in San Francisco for a little while, and then I discovered Oakland. Woo, y'all better tell somebody. Okay? And Oakland is where I began to find my home and my community, particularly within a black lesbian community, very rich here in the East Bay. You know, so much richness. I mean, you know, Audre Lorde, Pat Parker, I mean, she was so amazing. And what she taught me was how to bring your whole self to the table, right? But even though I found a community of strong, black, women-loving women that I didn't just know at the club, right? They were doctors and lawyers and educators. When I saw myself in them, I felt home. But I still didn't have a church. I still didn't have a place to go. Hello? I got some witnesses out there. Okay? Woo! I was part of a group called NIA Collective, and every, y'all know about that? All right. So NIA Collective, every November for one weekend, all black lesbians got together and camped out. I ain't gonna say no more about that. But it was a space where not only I got deeper into my community, but somebody mentioned East Bay Church of Religious Science, and that's where they went. And this was when we were at Preservation Park. I don't know if y'all, how many people, right? And I remember once I went to Preservation Park, I walked up and I was like, woo, everybody up in here. Oh my gosh. Home sweet home, right? And but the thing about that was I had separated myself, my practice. I didn't think I was still connected to God. Do you understand? I was lost, and I didn't know I was. We were popping and having a good time. We never stopped to talk about who God was and how we were connected to that. We didn't do that. But when I went to East Bay and I started seeing people that I would see at the club or at these other points of fellowship, I was like, oh my God, this is a safe place for me to be my whole self. All that I am. And that really gave me so much freedom. I became alive. I remember living off of Ivy Drive, and I walked all across that lake to Preservation Park every morning for that 8 o'clock service. And all I knew is I just had to get there. Just be there. And the thing about Reverend Edie, she would talk that Pentecostal talk too, right? You know? So I felt a little bit at home too, like, okay, yeah, yes. You know, she was singing the songs that I used to sing. You know, my soul go back and wonder how I got over, you know? And so I was like, oh my God, I really am home here. I mean, really, this is happening. And I could connect. And so I found myself, the thing about coming out, you come out more than one time in your life, right? You come out one time, and you come out again. You got to tell somebody else. But I came home. I came home. And I want you to know that's what East Bay is. Not only for me, but for so many of us. When I had this opportunity to think about what this was going to be like for me, this conversation, I started talking to different people, and they would say to me it was a place where they could be home and be their whole self. I just don't think you really understand what that means and what that's like. You know, we talked about the intersexuality. I love Kim Crenshaw because she gave us the language. Right? 'Cause I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to be black. I didn't know how to be lesbian. And I definitely didn't know how to be black, lesbian, political. How was that going to work? Right? I remember clearly having this moment where I was running for office, and I had a black group of women that I did a lot of work with, and I asked for their endorsement, and they said to me, the gays got you. Exactly what they said. And I said, oh, I'm going to be riding with y'all. Y'all not putting me out the family. I'm staying right up in here, okay? But that struggle, that place, and then the way that they would make it okay for me to be a lesbian was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? So when you talk about your own community, and when you talk about black folks and that black love, right? And when you talk about, that's where some of the most pain come from. Because all I want to do is be with my people. When I can't be with my people, I don't know who I am sometimes. And that was that moment for me, you know? But then there was East Bay. And then from there, I knew that there were so many other women like me and individuals like me who really couldn't come out or chose not to come out for their mothers or political reasons or being parents or whatever it might be. So that gave me the strength to even stand up more. It gave me the strength to say, I know some people out there that might not be here, but I'm going to be here representing. I'm going to step out and be okay with this. And this is where we created what it was called Sister Stepping in Pride. Okay? East Bay Dyke March in Oakland, we led it for 10 years. And we marched around the streets. We had our children and our elders were in the house. And we came together in a festival and we celebrated each other. And we did that for a beautiful 10 years, and there was so much lovingness that happened there. But when I look around this room, there's so many people that you might not even know how much your presence, being in this church with me, has really made my life. When I know that I can come home to a church and I can be in fellowship with my other queer community, and we're integrated. It's not like an all queer church, it's like we're integrated. And for me, that's powerful. What did you say? One love. Yes. And so I want to share that, I didn't do this by myself. It was because of all the people before me. I want to shout out a woman by the name of Elizabeth Tellefson, who's one of our greatest historians. She holds the information. She's been here forever. She's incredible. She's right here out of the Bay Area. Okay? I want to shout out Brendolyn Goodall, who's even in the house today, because when I worked with Lavender Seniors of the East Bay, I noticed that the queer seniors, didn't have a place to go for lunch. And she worked for the city of Oakland. But I knew, that no network is real. So I knew I would say to her, hey, we need to do a little lunch. Can you carve out a little something? And she did. I know there's so many of us out there doing the work that maybe never get seen for the work that we do. Thank you. So many people. I would say the best way that we gather is in our homes, breaking bread, and being in fellowship with each other. That's how our communities have been built. But there's also a very special place about these walls here. Okay, y'all might not know. Some of y'all know what I'm getting ready to talk about? All right, this is Ollie's. Ollie's used to be an old lesbian club back in the 80s. Right here, this building, these walls, this foundation. I'm just saying. And when I talked to individuals who came here, it was their safe place. So can you imagine what it was like for individuals who were here, and this was their safe place to come to, and then they have a full circle to come back to their full spiritual self and be in this same place, in these same walls, sitting right here, either having food out there, at the club right here. This was the place for us to come. I just want y'all to know that. So when Reverend E got the church, we like, ooh, we going back to Ollie's. We back in, what? What's going on up in here? But it's that safe place that people felt comfortable, alive, and they could be them whole self. And that is what is happening here today still. So I just want to say thank you. I am so, so grateful to be here in this moment. Thank you for even thinking of me and inviting me to be a part of this right here, right now. I can't tell you how much my soul is lifted. And when my soul goes back and wonder how I got over, it's because of this community and this moment and this everybody I've been in contact with and who have lifted me up. So thank you. God is good, and I am grateful.
Thank you so much, Peggy, again, for that amazing speech and that potent reminder of how important accepting spaces like EBCRS are. But moving on, we have our vendor village, and we have some vendors who are going to come up and share a little bit about their merch and their inspirations. Yeah, so we're going to invite up Maggie, I believe. Vendors, are you guys coming up? Yes? No?
The magic of vendors.
Vendors, do we have any in the room? No? They might be outside. Uh-oh. Oh, you're here. Okay. Please come up then, and you guys can give us a little explanation about what you guys are going to be selling, and yeah. Come on.
Greetings. I am one of the vendors. First of all, I am one of the staff ministers here at the East Bay Church of Religious Science. And I am just so grateful to be here. I'm also vending today. I have some jewelry in the back. They are Ona's Originals. I am Reverend Ona. We also have other vendors here. There is one that's in the far back corner who is a little shy. She has some beautiful art, if you would like to take a look at that later on. And I believe we also have our own artist extraordinaire coming up to the mic right now, looking around. Oh, okay, we have two. We have two. Either one. And thank you so much. And I do take cash, Venmo, PayPal, as well as Zelle. Thank you.
What's up, East Bay? Happy Black History Month. It's been a busy month for me. I brought some pieces for y'all to exhibit, really. I mean, a couple are finished, some aren't. I brought one that's not finished, but I have all my finished work is at Elmhurst Library. It's on exhibit all month of February, so big up to Elmhurst. So that was all my finished pieces, so I had to kind of rush and get some of the stuff I already started to bring in today. So yeah, feel free to take a look. If Daryl Thompson. I'm also the owner of Oakland Ink. This is my tattoo shop, so that's what I primarily do. Although, you know, as creatives, when you do a bunch of stuff, painting was my first love, and it's calling me back, you know. So I'm trying to paint as much more as possible. I still tattoo, but, you know, I'm kind of veering back to painting some, so. But come to Oakland Ink and get a tattoo, though. All right.
Hello, hello. My name is Fabiana Crenshaw, and I wear many hats, okay? So I was with the youth earlier, but today I have brought some handcrafted items that I've painted that just over the years I've been painting and creating, and they stay in my house and they stay on the wall. So I brought them here to share with the community and in hopes of creating a gallery for myself. So I have some hand-painted crafts of the motherland, and I have some beautiful incentive jewelry that is all handcrafted. And I'm excited to share with my community, and come check me out. I'm in the bookstore. Thank you.
I'm just going to hold the mic right now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tashiana. I'm Lola's niece. I also have several different businesses. As she said, I wear many different hats. Today, we're doing a source of fruit drinks. So you can come and you can get a drink of your experience. Really, I have a different source base where I do fruit and I do sugar all together. So it'll be like a lemonade that you never had. Also, I own a mobile boutique bus, and we do Black Excellent Advocates for different events. So you guys come out and come to the back and come and shop. We have all different kind of things going. Longevity.
Thank you, Tatiana. We are excited about our vendors, and we come on, more vendors. You gonna say mine?
Yeah. Okay. No, but I'm not doing. I'm doing mine.
Okay, do yours.
Good evening. How you doing, brothers and sisters? Thank you for coming to my event, coming to this event, Black History. But I do have pieces, African pieces around, and they are for sale, and you're more than welcome to. No, that's for my bill. That's mine, sorry. Thank you. But it's an honor to love you. Thank you.
So many people have been claiming that piece. And lastly, We have another vendor, Artifacts by Magi. Magi is out in the very front. And exactly, who said amazing? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Magi, you can catch him at the Berkeley Flea Market. Thank you. I was having a senior moment. I know, don't look like it, but 60 the senior moment. Thank you, all the vendors. Please come out and support all the vendors.
Thank you again to our vendors. They'll be outside right after the program, also in here. So please check them out. Please support our community. And yeah, so do we want to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a couple things. I'm a little thirsty, so I might need some of that drink that she had there. And then I was thinking I need some new earrings.
Same.
Some painting. I might have to borrow some money.
Oh, I got you. I got you, you guys. If anybody needs cash, just let me know. I got you. I got you. But moving on, we have some spoken word by Chris the Alchemist. Yeah. So Chris brings us into her satirically upbeat dimension of new age spirituality with her pop soul. She simultaneously balances hope for a better tomorrow with a healthy dose of existential dread. Confused, cool, come laugh, cry, gawk, question, challenge, admire, or simply listen. So we'd like to invite Chris up. Thank you.
Thank you. This first piece is called Homo Who? Neanderthals have enslaved their Homo sapien cousins and even some of their own brethren. Think about it. There's no wisdom in domination. Brute force, guised in meat suits modeled after our humanity, gaslight the fight right out of us, divide and conquerors. Now they feed us our herstory in reverse. Leaders with no vision resort to control. Guardians turn to gatekeepers. Lovers turn to lusters. Serving turns to subjugating. Two sides of the same coin. Simon says, don't know yourself. Simon says to shun your shadow. Simon says, don't discover the flip side of your own coin. Simon says, resign yourself to die. What say you? So close to the truth, yet so far, we've got it flipped and it's causing conscious dissonance. So we act out, lost touch from within, so without, make the pain stop, too much dissonance. Anything to resolve the chord, even if it means discord. Fantasy, now it's you or me, perpetuating polarized processing. I am turns to I think. Give me space to feel it out. I can turn a muddy medley to gold. Give me time to conduct the chorus, conduct a new motif, conduct my inner fire, my electricity. It's me. Self-awareness is painful, you see, but I'm free. Learn to walk as I grow and I fall. Through loss and all, I run, then walk, then crawl through this now garden. And I plant flowers wherever I am. Thank you. This next piece is called Ego Repo. Thank you, but that's not the right one. We're gonna start with the other one, please. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. We're gonna have some fun. Repossession. Just landed. Ego. Repo. Oh my. Repossession. Oh my. Repossession. Kids dealing with some grown babies. Over Overdeveloped ego, underdeveloped intellect. Make confidence breeds evil. To fill your cup first, unflip it. Need to consume, yes we know. You fill your cup with hubris. Familiar spirits free flow. You fill your cup, do yourself a favor. Get to know yourself. Find your inner flavor. Clean it up now, savor. Feel your inner savior, savior, savior. Overdeveloped. No one can tell us ego. Underdeveloped. Do what you tell us, intellect. Underdeveloped ego. Underdeveloped heart. This is where we start. Ego. Rebo. Oh my. Repossession. Seed of singularity. Hunter becomes the hunted. Haunted, yeah. If you'd embrace these stormy seas, you would have never heard me. Heard me, yeah. If you could see yourself right now, you would have never tried me. Tried me, yeah. It's a matter of time. The hunter becomes the hunted. Haunted, yeah. Ego. Repo. Oh my. Repossession. No one can tell us ego. Underdeveloped. Do what you tell us, intellect. Ego. Repo. Seed of singularity. Hunter becomes the hunted. Haunted, yeah. If you'd embrace these stormy seas, you would have never heard me. Heard me, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. My last piece is called GMO, and it is what I imagine the song of the Underground Railroad sounded like. Can you restart it for me, please? Thank you. I'm not a sacrifice, I'm a synapse, a bridge between polarities who misunderstand my utility. Connecting my syntax to your vernacular, I'm a polyglot for paradigms, joyously passing through while they mindlessly follow their idea of you. Cuckoo for cuckoo clubs, don't need your tools, I got my own. Don't need your money, I kept my soul. Don't need your roads, my path is gold. Don't need your virtue, your signals broke. I lipped off when you crossed that there. Ethically bankrupt yet unaware. Everybody else does it, who cares? Anybody out there? I light some sage in the atmosphere. I set the stage, just hear that most fair. I got it stirred up enough in here. I got you stirred up. I got you stirred up. No, move on, just go. No, move on, let's go. Leave master's tools. I got my own. No dirty money. I kept my soul. I don't need your force. My will hold. I'll make a way. My path is gold. I gave the lights in your atmosphere. people coming through, they almost here. Right now, I got my own. I don't need your laurels. My faith is hope. I don't need your booze. I smoke my dope. I don't need your liquor. I make my own wine. She really just took it there. They really just took it there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. She just took it. I shoot the lights out the atmosphere. You interfere, remain unaware. You really crossed though. Yeah, you really must go away from here. Out of my body, into my soul. I'll be climbing, honey. I wanna go up. I'm not a god, no, no. I'm part of God, though. Fortified me to grow. Hold fast, no sleep, no. A base, a bound, we flow. Midnight lamp, keep us sit down. Sit down, 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 sit. Down, 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 sit down. A bass and a pound. Now flow on the ocean. Uh-huh. You float on the ocean. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Give it up for Chris. If this was your first introduction to her, she just keeps giving and giving and giving. Chris is incredible and amazing and so talented in so many ways. And what I love about her most is I think she's relatively new to the East Bay community. But what I love about her most is she's always shows up with the biggest heart, in truth and honesty, and has as her authentic self. And it allows all of us to be a little bit more brave in being our authentic self when other folks come up. And so young and so brilliant of a mind. So thank you, Chris. And now we are gonna have a moment with our own Reverend Darika Blackman to present the Bayard Rustin Acknowledgement and Appreciation Awards.
Thank you, Constance and Nico. Aren't they doing a wonderful job? I mean, we have a lot to celebrate here at East Bay, from the music to the vendors to the children to you, to our speakers. Thank you so much, Chris. Chris goes by Chris the Alchemist. So you need to know, as you felt what you felt in those moments, it is liberation and freedom, and so grateful for the young people and the young adults that we had here. I told Nia, I was like, you got to come and see what we're doing with this young adult movement at East Bay. So really proud. And the Black History Month committee puts on Black History Month and Kwanzaa, and I just need to say for a moment, the backbone that this committee is, that this celebration is. We're celebrating 21 years tonight of being this place in the community. So can I get just a wave of hands for the folks who put tonight together and helped out? Yes, so Michelle, our board member, is in the back. Marie is here. Amar somewhere working. Lola's in the kitchen. But this group, I've sat in some of their meetings, and it's just been wonderful what they do for us. My job because Maria is on point out here. My job is to introduce the awardees for the Bayard Rustin Award. I'm so proud of our community that we decided that Bayard Rustin was how we would start with the annual awards. And so we have 5 people that we want to acknowledge. I have amazing bios that were given to me. I really could talk about each of them myself, but I will not. I'm going to start. Is Robert Quintana Hopkins here? I think he is not able to be with us tonight, but I'm still going to remind you, Robert is on our board and is in the board leadership. You'll hear more about that at our meeting next week. But I want to let you know, sometimes we take for granted the folks that are sitting among us in our community, and it's important, and we just take a moment to acknowledge them. So Dr. Robert Quintana Hopkins has attended East Bay Church since 1999. He served as a licensed practitioner here since 2009 and began serving on the board as a board advisor in 2014, becoming a voting member in 2017. In 2024, along with Michelle, he'll become board co-chair, and in addition to serving on the Prac Corps and the board over the years, he supported the education ministry, the treasury ministry, the prayer symposium, and led the guest speaker host ministry. He's married and lives in San Leandro, where he enjoys his beautiful garden and hosting potlucks, and let me tell you, he can burn. It doesn't say that, but I can say that. Where friends and family share their culinary gifts in community. He earned his PhD in organizational psychology, and professionally, he works as an organizational development practitioner. He leads the training and organization development function at Stanford Medicine Partners and is a senior partner at the Center for Strategic Facilitation, a partnership of trainers and facilitators. Some of you know that Robert has done an amazing job in leading strategic planning here at East Bay. But one of Robert's passions is writing. In 2009, he published his first collection of poems and essays entitled Glass Closet, published by Afro-Chicano Press. He's a proud Afro-Chicano. Since 2014, Robert has hosted a free monthly writing circle entitled Write to Heal. He has facilitated and co-facilitated writing workshops here at East Bay Church with fellow practitioners Christine Schofer and back there in the back, Kimberly Satterfield. Robert's vision is that the East Bay Church is a demonstration of what is possible in our individual lives, our organization, and our community when we collaborate and live in alignment with spiritual laws. He believes the possibilities are unlimited. Please give a round of applause for Robert Quintana Hopkins. You already heard the heart and spirit of Peggy Moore, but let me make sure you get the bio too. Peggy Moore serves as co-founder of principal of Hope Action Change, a family-run business supporting leaders in building diverse, equitable, and inclusive teams who build shared power for sustained impact. So we have a lot of impact, but it's not always sustained. Peggy has been a member of the East Bay Church for over 25 years, taking that walk from Lake Merritt to Preservation Park and making that 8 a.m. service back in the day. Peggy's earned a strong reputation for being a compelling public speaker, yes? And for getting the job done, yes. She is the visionary and founding member of Sister Steppin' in Pride, a festival that celebrates Oakland's lesbian, queer, and bisexual community. She has more than 30, yes, and an Ollie's historian, it sounds like. She has more than 35 years experience in political engagement, organizational leadership, government, and public affairs. Her background in organizing within the political, corporate, and nonprofit arenas has fostered deep relationships across the state of California and far, far beyond. We are so proud to give the Bayard Rustin Award to Peggy Moore. I don't know if y'all saw this, but you have to see it if you haven't already. Peggy's shirt says, "Do the Lord's work," spelled Lord for Audra Lord. You got to love that, right? That's somebody who represents. Thank you so much, Peggy, for everything you do. Yes, please. I was was wondering, I was going to say Hope's name's not in the bio, but I already know the dynamic duo, so you go ahead.
I just want to shout out my lovely wife, Hope Wood. We've been together, married for 10 years now, and together for 15. She's my business partner. She's my friend. I love you. Thank you.
And I just want to say personally, Peggy and Hope have just given me so much support in my ministry, and I'm so grateful. You know, sometimes we don't see people here because of where they live, but you don't know how present they are and have been, and so thank you for your support for me. Let's see, I haven't seen her. I know she was traveling and just got back from Puerto Vallarta. Is Arlene here? Okay, all right, so we will, this person needs no introduction, but I will go ahead and read what we have here. Arlene King is a dedicated and esteemed member of our congregation whose steadfast commitment and exemplary leadership have left an indelible mark on our church community. With a deep sense of faith and a passion, for service, she has served in various capacities, embodying the spirit of selflessness, integrity, and compassion. Having previously served as the president of the board of directors, Arlene provided visionary leadership and the strategic direction during her tenure, guiding the church through a period of transition and renewal. Her ability to inspire and unite others, coupled with her unwavering dedication to the church's mission and values, has been instrumental in fostering a sense of unity, purpose, and belonging within the congregation. Yes? How many people know this already to be true? She currently serves as the Chief Operating Officer and continues to demonstrate exemplary leadership and organizational acumen in overseeing the day-to-day operations of the church. The way this really goes is somebody asks a question and everybody says, ask Arlene. Her tireless dedication has contributed to the efficient and effective functioning of the church, ensuring that it remains a beacon of hope, love, and service in the community. Beyond her roles within the church, Arlene is known for her deep-rooted compassion, generosity, and servant heart. She has been actively involved in various community initiatives, including, and I didn't know this, co-founding the Technology High Achievers program for high school students, which not only serves students in the Bay Area, but a few of East Bay's high schoolers also was involved. Please help me recognize, and all her lovely family is here today. So if one of you will come up and accept this award on behalf of Arlene, as they confer to see who's coming. Y'all can all come if you want. Here comes our beloved family of Arlene King. Please stand on your feet and acknowledge our COO, the heart and backbone of our community, the soon-to-be Reverend Arlene King. I can tell you unequivocally, I would not be in this role and be even half successful if it wasn't for Arlene's heart of service. Reverend Dr. Ona Afre, come on and wake yourself to the front. Come on and bring your beautiful self on up here. She brings a wealth of experience and a deep commitment to community service in her role here as staff minister and director of community outreach. She holds a master's and doctorate of religious studies from Emerson Theological Institute, and she is a licensed minister recognized by both Emerson and the Centers for Spiritual Living. She is the spiritual leader of Abundant Blessings, her nonprofit organization. Reverend Ona focuses her efforts on addressing the pressing issue of homelessness by spearheading initiatives to feed the unhoused communities in Alameda County. That's right. This is what we call out there on the front lines, right? Not talking about it, but being in the street about it, making sure that we're aware of the opportunities to be of greater service. Reverend Ona's dedication shines through her involvement in numerous ministries and roles, including the ministerial team, grief and loss, Beacon of Light Prison Ministry, Education Ministry, Faith in Action, Practitioner Corps, Young Adult Ministry, Pastoral Care, Facilities and Events, and is a board member of Faces of the East Bay. Prior to her tenure at East Bay, her professional journey was marked by a steadfast commitment to social justice and community empowerment, which means she was doing all of this well before she ever started doing it here. She served as a community activist, a reentry specialist with Alameda College, a crisis counselor with the Bay Area Women Against Rape, BAYWAR, and a director of programs for VISTA and AmeriCorps in partnership with the National Corporation for Service. Reverend Ona's life is a testament to her belief in the transformative power of prayer and her unwavering dedication to serve the needs of the community. She stands as a beacon of hope and compassion, inspiring others to join her in creating positive change through faith and action. And she is the one that I turn to when I need a prayer. Reverend Dr. Ona Afrey, Bayard Rustin Award winner. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to really let the love flow. Boxinette is a loving person and brings a deep commitment to his faith, family, and church. He has been a caregiver for both his mother and brother for more than 20 years. Sometimes it's all about what we do in public that we hear about, but there's a certain kind of person who's a caregiver for more than 20 years. And while seeking an outlet for himself for personal growth and connection, he was looking for a church home not only for himself but for other gay men seeking a friendly environment toward the LGBTQ community that was welcoming and safe. He worked at the AIDS Foundation in San Francisco and worked with the Black Brothers Esteem Group, who were seeking spiritual guidance after a life of drugs and incarceration. He also worked with the City of Refuge. He came to East Bay in 2005 and he fell in love with the philosophy and its people, and we fell right back in love with him. He has been here almost 20 years now, come on, Box, doing various jobs. Let me finish saying all of this. Doing various jobs like singing in the choir, usher service, and his beautiful collages of Black history, art, and decorations, supporting, it says here, Kwanzaa and Black History Month, but it's supporting everything. Every holiday we have, every time, every seasonal change, everything that we need in here is Boxinette. He decorated the altar with the flowers and assisted Reverend E one-on-one from 2007 until she retired. He says he's done it all, and we say so too. He was with her in Course of Miracles, and he believes you speak everything into existence. And this is how he leads his life, and he continues to grow in fellowship with us, his beloved community. Boxinette King, the Bayard Rustin Award. Please give it up for all our award winners tonight. Boxinette King, Reverend Dr. Ona Afrey, Arlene King, Peggy Moore, and Robert Kitana Hopkins. These are your Bayard Award winners.
Give it up one more round of applause for all of the folks, everyone who got awards tonight. So well deserved, so well deserved. All right, we have, where am I? Oh, I'm right there, okay.
Right.
Thank you. Tandra?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is where I thank Tandra for coordinating our very first Bayard Rustin Award this year. And this is the very first Black History Award ever. So thank you, Tandra. Is she here? Not here. She was here. She was here. She's working. All right. Because workers work. She's at the bake sale table, and we did not say how you can support this program that happens every year for the last, how long? 21 years. Go check out some baked goods out there. They're all yummy and delicious, and everybody can support this effort by doing that. And if you can't eat the sweets, go make somebody else's day, because those are good sweets, and pass it along. But please support the Black History Bake Sale. And now, I am going to introduce Gabrielle, the singer. Performing Come Sunday, originally performed in 1958. Gabrielle the singer is a musician and multidisciplinary performing artist committed to grassroots community art making. Gabrielle and her collaborators work as performers, producers, directors to collectively bring life to projects which mediate on the richness, nuance, and depth of the human experience. Gabrielle?
Hi. Yeah, so I think many of you are maybe meeting me for the first time. I've been sitting in the back for like 9 months or something. But so before I sing, I like to kind of set the intention. So many things today have been speaking to, like my heart is in my throat, which doesn't happen so often. So many things today have spoken to me on a really personal, like oddly personal level. Which I knew would happen when I heard the theme was queer Black people. I was like, I gotta be there. I gotta be there. I came out as a queer person as an adult here in Oakland, in a gay bar. So it's just moving me like on a profound level that this used to be a lesbian club, because when I moved here, what everybody said was all the spaces for Black queer people have disappeared because of gentrification. That's what everybody around me said. They said all the clubs are gone. So, you know, it's a sort of a myth, because look at this transformation, you know, even more whole. You know, also the Children's March, I'm a music teacher, so I spend a lot of time teaching music to children. My family's from Alabama. My grandparents were teachers, and they were very involved in the integration movement in their little town in Greenville, Alabama, which is close to Birmingham, and they fled the Klan. So the Klan threatened them, and they had to flee. My grandma was a very religious person and homophobic. And I never came out I still haven't come out to most of my family. I don't really speak to them, actually. But what I know, actually, as they pass, is that the ancestors are evolving with us, and that what queer people, it's been such an incredible thing to be queer in the Bay Area right now, because it's so safe. And being somebody of expansive gender or two-spirit identity, or somebody who identifies as all gender, it's such a privilege. I actually can't believe how lucky I am, because it puts me in this proximity, very literally, with the boundarylessness of the divine. Spirits don't have gender, probably. You're like, what is that? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna sing the song "Come Sunday," which is about a hope for a better world. It was written by Duke Ellington. And every time I sing, I just think we're living in a time of strife. We need peace. We need an end to war everywhere, including in Gaza. We need reparations, economic justice, abundance for all people, everywhere, up and down, up and down. And to understand that, my friend recently said to us, our ancestors, they had to go through it so that we could be born. So it's our responsibility now to enjoy our lives as much as possible, to be free, to be as free as we can spiritually, physically, intellectually, to educate ourselves, to free our minds, to free our bodies, to enjoy pleasure. This is one of the big things of the queer revolution. The revolution that we're bringing, it's not a war. We're finding gender identities that were pushed to the margins by imperialism. These things are not new, they always existed, they're ancient. They were pushed there by cruel regimes that were interested in separating people. So, look, the revolution is already upon us. It's all around us every day. So those are my thoughts on that. So, okay, so. Thank you.
Stay right here. You stay right here. You stay right here. You come on back up here. You stay right here. How long did you say you been sitting in the back there?
Oh, like 9 months.
9 months. So for 9 months, Gabrielle has been telling me, I could sing. I like to sing. Thank you. Thank you for waiting for us to see you and make a space for you and all of who you are. And all I could think about when you were up here was what you said about the ancestors wanting us to be free and how they look at you in this moment and all of who you are in this place being celebrated. And I thank you for being your whole, full, free self and liberating all of us. Thank you.
Reverend Rika. Reverend Rika. Yes, sorry to invite you back up. It is time for some gracious giving after that amazing song.
All right, it's time for gracious giving. That's what I love. I love being in a place where the flow is so evident that money just seems like an opportunity to be in reciprocation. So it's your opportunity to just give if this place is feeding you. And this happens to be a place where you want to give and you want to offer your tithe and you want to see us bring more and more spaces like this. Because this should not be an event. This is a consciousness. So I think the basket is coming from the amazing Boxinette. And who else do we have? We have our volunteers here serving. Thank you. And so just give what feels good to you. We appreciate the way you support our youth and family, our music ministry. Make sure you save some to give to our vendors because tithing looks like any and every place you give. Is that the ways to give? Is that what's up there? Okay. There's a kiosk in the back if you want to give there. The basket is coming. You can text. It says up on the screen where you can text to. You can Zelle, you can scan, you can PayPal. I think there's about 20 ways. But there's also just a kiosk in the back. If that's easier for you to take your card back there, you can do that. Whatever you give, we're grateful for the flow. Is there? Yeah, okay, great. So there's right here. It's all coming. Thank you so much for your gifts. It's how we keep not just the doors open and the lights on, but this consciousness flowing. What else do I have to do? There's something else I do. No, there's something else. Am I doing the benediction? There's something else. Okay. All right, so we're going to just bless this offering now. If you just take a moment to be still. Just take a moment to be still. Mother, Father, two-spirit God that transcends and passes all limited boxes and ideas of gender, sexual orientation, race, creed, color, nationality, religion. There is nothing but the goodness of God. And so I just give thanks. I give thanks for everything that was put into this basket, everything that was poured out of its heart. I give thanks for the consciousness, for the creativity, for the diversity and multiplicity of the ways we show up in blackness. It's just absolutely amazing, the abundance of who we are. And so I just bless this offering, knowing that it multiplies and it creates this community where we show up in all of our colors and celebrate the goodness of God. And so I just bless this offering, knowing that it is multiplied and it blesses not only those inside these doors, but outside in our community. And so I just release this word into perfect activity of divine law. There is a law that produces reciprocity. I plant this seed into it and watch the plant grow. I invite you to join me by saying Ashe, Amen, Amen, Aho, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Derica. We have just a few more surprises, so settle in and buckle up. You don't want to miss this. You definitely don't want to miss the Vendor Village. And let's thank the amazing artists, performers, speakers. Wow.
Thank you all for your contribution to the program. We would also like to thank the Black History Month Committee again for 21 years of gracious, astounding service, and I mean, an amazing event. So thank you, thank you.
Tonight, if you stick around, you're going to enjoy an incredible dinner catered by Jazz Kitchen and Chef Michael Lathan. Yay.
And this is just a reminder, but we would love to have our seniors and differently abled people go first. And then again, there's going to be seating in the fellowship hall, but that is limited, so let's please be generous and make sure those who need to sit have a space to sit. And then again, later on, when we're lining up for food, we're going to line up on the right side of the hallway to enter the food line. And then, oh yeah, please raise your hand if you need any assistance at the end of the program, and there'll be someone there to help you.
And right now, I'm going to ask Maria Casey, our co-chair of the Black History Committee, to come up. But if you don't want to, okay. 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 Someone very important that this would not happen without, but she said she's not the co-chair.
For many years, I was the co-chair, but I just want to acknowledge that Lola Pratt and Michelle Blakely are our new co-chairs, and they've been the co-chairs for the past couple of years. Though my husband and myself, Amar, we still are active members of the committee, along with Boxinette and Tandra DeBose. And who am I missing? Reverend Yolanda, who's moved to North Carolina, still participates in all of the meetings that we have. Who else? Oh, and Fabiana Crenshaw. So I just want to say it takes the whole group, and we're always inviting others to be a part of this as well. We need everyone. So I just want to thank you for being here. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Sure. Okay. I just want to thank you for being here, and don't leave. We still have the benediction, and we have one final song.
So continue to breathe. Come Sunday, oh come Sunday. And I see hope on the horizon. So let's take a deep breath in and just give thanks for what has been this evening. And we take a moment to just reflect and to know that we are connected in ways that we know not of. We know that there's a source and a substance that guides, guards, and directs our path. So come Sunday, oh come Sunday. That's the day.
We've been fed this evening, and so with gratitude and thanksgiving for this opportunity to close this gathering, blessing all the participants, blessing the food that we're about to partake in, blessing the chairs that hold us, and blessing our ancestors, and giving great thanks for the new horizon, the new territory that is being revealed right here, right now. And so if any of this resonates with you, I invite you to anchor this with me by saying, Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Everybody say love. Everybody say love.
And lastly, we have Bluma and Fat Love. So, oh, here, take this. Oh, you got it? Okay, I got it. You got it.
Everyone is in this on a really beautiful and high note. Phil, could you talk to the people before we express our gratitude for being here?
Greetings, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. I can't tell you, I love this place. I love it. And I see so many people that I've known for so long. It's such a pleasure. I want to say that, just very quickly, that this is a material world, right? Look, I got my good shoes on. I got my fancy car outside, my Yugo, okay? Don't talk about me, okay? But there's another world, and we're in it even if we don't see it. There's another world because they say that music is healing.
Yes.
And when they say that, I think to myself, well, how do you measure that? How could you measure that? You measure that on a gauge or a scale? No, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Music operates in another world, and it can heal.
Yes.
And it's beautiful like that. And so it's not only the material. Oh. And so I want to say something that someone that I admire as a hero of mine said. His name is Harry, and he's a social activist his whole life. And he used music to transform. And I want to mention very quickly, I met this Zimbabwean musician, and I told him when I hear the music, it transports me. He said, in the West, you have modern technology, but this music, our Shona music, this is ancient technology. And ancient technology can transport you, and it can transform you, and it can heal you, and that's what this is, ancient technology.
Sweet, baby, sweet.
The thing that I want to say to you is this. Oh, and I'll need your help, all you singers.
We need your help.
I need your help. You'll see.
I would love for
let you know.
my sister to come up here with a microphone. Okay, now. I holla.
When I say something, you can say it back to me if you know it. You probably don't know this, but you can say it back to me. Deo.
Nice.
Daylight come and me won't go.
Day, isa day,
Daylight come and me won't go.
Work all night on a drink of rum.
Daylight come and me won't go.
Stack bananas till the morning come.
Daylight come and me won't go home.
Yeah, it's a day, it's a day, it's a
Daylight come and me won't go home.
day. It's a day, it's a day, it's a
Daylight come and me won't go Harry Belafonte, one of our major leaders. And we'd like to say thank you, Fat Love Band. Give Phil some love. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Woo! Hey, hey. The people say Fat Love's here today. Where's BK? Hey. Hit it again, hit it again. We have so much gratitude. We have so much to be thankful for. This moment, we made memories in this moment. We get to take with us. I love each and every one of you. I said I was looking at the devil and staring at his gun. I say my fingers start shaking and I begin to run. These bullets are chasing, and I begin to stop. I say we begin to wrestle, and I was on the top. Hey, I'd like to thank you for letting me be myself. We are the Fat Love Band, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Myself. It's okay to get your groove on just a little bit. Hey! Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hey! We are stiff all in the collar. Yeah, fluffy in the face. We got all this chit-chat trying. Yeah, so stuffy in the place. I'd like to thank you for the party. Hey, 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 I don't care to stay. I've got too many things on my mind. All these words in the way. I wanna thank you for letting me be myself. The people, thank you for letting me be myself. Play for me.
Come on, Big B.